everybody. Today, my sister and I are going to discuss the Little Women movies, and we're going to try and go through these in detail, but try and go it as quickly as we can.
Yeah.
So, we're going to start with the 1933 version, starring Katharine Hepburn as Jo, and then you got, like, George Cukor, the director, and Joan Bennett as Amy, Paul Lucas, Frances D as Meg, Jean Parker is Beth. Okay, let's go through this. Okay, so I like this one. I think this one did pretty good, and I definitely think it's one of the best movies ever made, especially for an adaptation. I think Katharine Hepburn is by far the best Jo, and I liked everybody. I think everybody was perfect for their roles, and everybody was real likable, and yeah, everything was great.
I don't know. I didn't really care for it. Like, the only character I did like in it was Meg.
And Marnie.
And Marmee. But the other characters, Beth is my favorite character, but I didn't like her portrayal as much. So that's all I have to say about the Katharine Hepburn Little Women. So down to...
The 1949 version starred Jude Allison as Jo, Janet Leigh as Meg, Margaret OBrien as Beth, and Elizabeth Taylor as Amy. And this one's directed by, what's his face? Marvin LeRoy, and Peter Lawford is Laurie. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I should start. Peter Lawford is an okay actor, but he wasn't the perfect choice for Laurie, in my opinion, because Laurie's supposed to be wild, and Peter Lawford is a gentleman, so I think he was wrong for that choice. Elizabeth Taylor is taller than Beth, so it looked like they were leaning to making Beth the baby, which is wrong. And Elizabeth Taylor is a complete brat in this movie, so she was a really good Amy. I like June Allison as Jo, although sometimes she's a little eh. But I like Janet Leigh as Meg. I thought she was good. And even Marmee, played by Mary Astor, was also pretty good. And it was kind of nice to see Leon Ames as the father, because he and Mary Astor did a movie called Meet Me in St. Louis together as well. But I thought this movie, even though I liked the 1933 version better, I watched this one way more.
Okay. I guess it's my turn?
Yeah.
This movie was okay. I did not like Jo. I did not like... Well, I'm just gonna let you know now. Hate is a very strong word. But,
Dislike.
I really despise Elizabeth Taylor. I don't like her at all. I'm just letting you all know now. I don't think she's pretty. I don't think anything of her. I just don't like her. Plus, she hurt pretty well with Debbie Reynolds. But, I do like Margaret OBrien in this. Better than she was in the Judy Garland movie. Meet Me in St. Louis. Now, I don't really like old films, but I watch them ever since I was a kid. That's probably why I got sick of them. But I did like Margaret OBrien in Jane Eyre. She was so freaking cute. Sorry about freaking, but she was so darn adorable. Let's just put it that way. And so I thought she was an adorable Beth. Maybe the best Beth ever. But this movie was okay.
Well, you didn't say anything about Janet Leigh.
Janet Leigh. Oh yeah, I liked her as Meg. Like I said, these two Megs are fine. That's all I have to say. But the Laurie, I didn't like either of these Lauries. I'm sorry, they might have been good actors, but I really just didn't care for them. But otherwise, this was an okay film. Which one was the aunt I liked?
The 1949 version.
This one?
Yeah.
I do like Aunt March in this. Even though she's not really liked all that much. Probably not, but I thought she was amusing.
I do have a complaint about this one, though, too. It's bland. A lot of the dialogue in this one is bland compared to the 1933 version, and the proposal scene is definitely one of them. But, like, I mean, like I said, I've watched this 1,000 times, but the dialogue, for the most part, is a little bland, so.
Okay. 1994. Right? 1994?
The year I was born.
I really hate Marmee in this. I don't like Susan Sarandon. She's rude. In every one of her movies, she is rude. Like, I've seen, the most recent one I've seen with Susan Sarandon was called The Big Wedding with Ben Barnes and Amanda, I can't think of her last name, but it had Robin Williams in it. It had a few other actors that we know of.
Okay.
But she was just rude. Rude to Diane Keaton and rude to pretty much everyone. And as for Joe in this, Winona Ryder, she was okay. I liked her better than these other Joes. Laurie, Christian Bale, loved. I loved Christian Bale as Laurie. I loved him. And plus I've seen him in the Batman movies. Well, at least, I'm trying to think of how many I've seen him in. But there's a lot of movies I've seen Christian Bale in.
There's Claire Danes.
Claire Danes. I've seen her in the William Shakespeare Romeo and Juliet. I hated that movie. Even though Leonardo DiCaprio and her were okay. Because I've seen Titanic. That was an alright movie. And Leonardo DiCaprio is an alright actor. But Claire Danes in this was okay. She was sweet, she was quiet. But I liked this Beth better. She's doing that because I don't normally like old actors and actresses. Gabriel Byrne, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like him. Because I've seen one, it was a really long time ago, I've seen him in one movie with Reese Witherspoon. And I think that's where we first seen Twilight actor, Robert Pattinson.
There's, Meg.
I hate her in this. She's this, like, rude and snobbish.
Trini Alvarado.
I'm not saying she's not a good actress. She probably is. But I just don't like her.
And then there's Kirsten Dunst.
Cute. She's cute. That's all I have to say. Your turn.
Okay. I first watched this because I was reading the book. I wanted to see an adaptation, and this was the first one that came up. And I seen Kirsten Dunst in the third Spider-Man, and I liked her. So when I seen her in this one, I'm like, yay, Kirsten Dunst. And then that's when she became my favorite actress at that time. And I still think Kirsten Dunst was really good as Amy. They actually do a 2 Amy. Like, they have her being young, and then they make Samantha Mathis play her when she's older. The problem, one of the problems I have with this movie is the relationship between Beth and Mr. What's his face?
Lawrence.
Mr. Lawrence. They don't touch on the relationship between these two characters, and you don't know why. When you see the two originals, they actually touch on how their relationship began and why there is like a kind of father-daughter or grandfather or granddaughter relationship. In this one, you don't get that. So this one was a little confusing to me at this point. I think the music was pretty good for the most part. Christian Bale is quintessentially the right Laurie. Like, I think he was the perfect Laurie, aside of Douglas Montgomery back in 1933. So I think both of the portrayals of Laurie were good. But everything else is just okay. So I do like the older ones way better than this. There are some good points to this one, but I just happen to like the older ones way better.
Not on that route.
Okay, we're done with this one?
Okay.
Okay, so apparently we are done with our Little Women movie review. So stay tuned for other videos coming your way very shortly. Bye!